Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of SmashPad Talkies. Today we're looking at PixelJunk Monsters 2. This is out now on the PS4, Switch, and Steam, I believe. 15 bucks. Normally, I believe there's a deluxe edition on probably Steam and PS4 for about $21, something like that. That includes the season pass. We'll just hop in here. So yeah, this is PixelJunk Monsters 2. As you can tell, it looks quite different than the first game. Uh, if you press R2, you can go to this sort of third-person behind-the-back kind of view that is really cool. The bad part is it's not really all that useful. But yeah, so this is sort of the hub area where you go to pick your levels. As you can see, we got these guys here. At any point, you can go to the dress-up stuff to equip any of the things you've unlocked. There's also free DLC with these gold masks and golden shells. I've purchased a good bit of this stuff. That currency you get basically for beating levels the first time and completing certain milestone objectives. But yeah. Oop. So here is one of the DLC areas. Is the Danganronpa pack, and over here is the Encore pack. Those are part of the season pass. That is $8. But yeah, for now, we're good to just head around here. That's where you can buy the different masks and shells. Is that little tiki thing? There's a bunch of them around this level. But yeah, you can just sort of jump around. Jumping out is a new thing in these games. Being that is in 3D, you kind of do have to jump to get around. So let's pick up a level or two. I've unlocked all the areas. There are 5 areas, 3 levels in each. Let's go to... Let's see. I'm going to pick a cool level that I really like. Yeah, this one is pretty good. We'll try it on Tricky as the second difficulty. I'm going to take a wild guess and have to beat all the levels on Tricky to unlock the third difficulty. But yeah, so let's... Okay, so this one has a little bit of a trick to it. Enemies don't drop coins. So you have to kind of be very measured in how you spend your coins. Your initial allotment. And so yeah, they show you where the first wave is. This is not where every wave goes, but though this map, that is the case. Because I don't believe there are any entry points here. Flying enemies, those waves don't have to adhere to the paths. The original, that was the case. Here it's not. Okay, and so there's some of the frame rate hitching I'm seeing. That is something I see a couple times per match. Not all the time, but definitely do see it. And it's not really a big deal. Like, that didn't affect my ability to play this. It only happens in those weird instances where you're trying to get around the map. And it doesn't affect your ability to actually get around. And so yeah, if you've played the original game, this game definitely has a lot of things it has pulled from that. Obviously a lot of the same towers are here. A lot of the same monster types are here. Alright, so those guys have gotten away. So I'm going to quickly build another here. Alright, so we got gems. So yeah, coins you spend on the towers. Gems you can spend to upgrade them. Here's one of the new things, fruit, that will drop from trees. A big mechanic in the original game, and still is here, is if you just run around the trees, some of them will drop like a little bit of coins. What else do they drop? Gems. And I think that's it. I think that's largely it. Okay, we're gonna need something down here. And I've already screwed up. This is definitely harder. Oh. Oh, lost one. Rainbow is gone. So rainbows are the way it designates levels that you have beaten without losing any of your little tiki boys. I assume boys and girls. Actually, I never really thought about the genders of the tiki kids there. Yeah, so here's like the third person. As you can see, it's not really all that useful unless you just want to see the cool visuals up close. I really like the art style here. It is a very cool kind of bit claymation, you know, that sort of style of... Oh, we got coins. Or do we? Also, another cool mechanic from the original that returns is the dancing. As you can see, our Tiki Man is grooving along. That's how you upgrade your towers. As you can see, the progress there. Unfortunately, unlike the original, there's no button to hold to show all the nearby towers, like how their level's progressing. So if you want to see, like, oh, that tower over there on the left, that one might be close to popping to the next level, I could go run over there and hit it, but no, I have to actually go over. It will pop up if they kill an enemy, and they get increased, they get some XP added to their total. Other than that, you don't really get anything. But yeah, I really like this game. I don't think it's as good as the original. Like, there are just a number of things that are very small things, but they kind of add up a little bit to make it not as great as the original. And that's probably more that I think the original is kind of a near perfect game. It's a game that I really like a lot, and you know, this one would have to do a lot of things, a lot of surprising things to surpass it. Which unfortunately it doesn't do, but it's still a really good game. Which is weird because I reviewed the game back then. I even said things like I didn't like the soundtrack. It's weird that that is not how I feel anymore. For a long time, actually. I've grown to really like the soundtrack. Alright, so yeah, this thing is almost dead. Yeah, so one of the things when you're kind of got things going well, you should be running around to the trees. Just checking them for, you know, coins or gems or whatever. So yeah, I've got 6 gems. Another thing here is, let's see, some of these towers require gems to be spent to get them, so that can be an important thing there. So yeah, like I should probably build a laser tower. That's for aerial troops or enemies. Yeah, I should probably get this. Another knock I have, like when you see the upgrade here, I could spend a gem to upgrade there. It doesn't tell me if it's getting just more powerful, if the range is getting bigger, or if there's some other benefit to it. The original would display that info. There's lots of little small things. See, like that doesn't really make it worse. I would just picked that up on my own just from using the game. And so now this one, I'm just going to upgrade. Just to save me some time. And just go after some of these other things here. And so yeah, this one is very much heavy on the... See how quickly it's going through these bees here. I really like these bees. These bees were in the original and they were scary. Okay, I can't turn. Okay, the camera. Look how big these things are. Yeah, we're just grooving out over here. If you are dancing, if I was like hanging out here and dancing for it, that'd work out fine. But if an enemy came and hit me, I could easily lose some life to that. Yeah, so that's what the laser does. It homes in, and it can take out lines of enemies. And that's what's great about that. It's also pretty powerful right out of the gate. Whereas this thing is kind of weak up front. Okay, so we got some crabs coming in after this wave. So those guys, those towers are going to be completely fine for now. So we're going to go explore a little bit, see if we can get some more coins. That was always sort of fun about the original, is kind of the... You're always trying to do something. You're always trying to check trees. You're always trying to dance and upgrade your towers. These areas are pretty big. You can't maybe necessarily get the scale of it all, because there is... the camera is kind of zoomed in a bit too much. The devs have said that they're working on that. It's going to be part of one of the big first update that they're planning, is more options for that stuff. Okay, we got coins there. Also some new fruit. I don't know what this smoky fruit does. It just creates like a cloud. I don't think it does any damage to enemies. So it's a little bit disappointing. Any point, there is a how to play section here that has a bunch of information. This is where it kind of explains a little bit for the towers, but even then, I think the original game actually had a better explanation for this stuff. Even give you, I think, numbers. Say, hey, this is the damage this thing does, and this is a tower that's good for maybe air and ground enemies, or maybe just air, or maybe just ground enemies, that sort of stuff. But yeah, as you play and rainbow more stages and all that, beat more stages, you will unlock these special towers. These are ones that offer special abilities, like this lightning tower does some pretty cool stuff, as you can see there. There's also co-op. You can do online co-op as well as local co-op. The one little knock I have against this this guide is some of the stuff is mixed up a little bit. See, it says building towers, and that description is for selling towers. Selling towers, this is about upgrading towers, and upgrading towers, that should be auto upgrading towers. Like, there's like small stuff like that. This is about the range. I don't know if that's even a section here. Some of these descriptions are not great. But, yeah, it's more useful than it looks, than some of those descriptions actually say. Just don't pay attention to the titles, just read the text and you'll learn. But yeah, like there's none of that descriptor stuff in... But one thing I can do is push this. There are things like this in some of the levels that will just start doing damage to enemies as they go down. And so that significantly damages these guys, so I can survive this round when my ground towers are not especially great. Oh yeah, every wave you complete, you get, I think, about 5% of your gold. You get 5% added to it. So it's about 100. I have 104 right now, so I'd probably get about 5 or 6, something like that. Unless they increased it. I have not paid too much attention to the numbers. I guess we'll see here. Yeah, about 5%. Yeah, these levels are pretty big. They don't really do too much with them. It seems like they just created a big area, and the different levels go through different sections of them. You'll definitely see that in some of the earlier stuff, where you can notice that, hey, this level actually kind of uses some of the parts of another level. And as you see, they wall off different parts. And so I think... Hold on a second, let me go jump around down here. Yeah, this is definitely part of a different level. This is where they come in from, or fly in from. And yeah, that's the end point there, is that same hut. So yeah, there's some cool stuff here. Can I push this? I think that's meant for... to go down that way, which is not entirely all that useful here. But hey, let's go dance and upgrade this tower. Boom. Yeah, so in the original, this was an especially great tower if you could line up things well. Like if I put it right here, it could absolutely take out enemies in that line. Unfortunately, so far, I have not seen a ton of instances where you get a bunch of enemies lined up like that. But yeah, they had some really great sound effects. Oh, you see this spider there with balloons? That means they will be flying, which means I need arrow towers, a few here. Specifically the Gatling gun here that's only for air enemies will not do anything for this, so it'll attack the balloons, but it doesn't do any damage as far as I could tell. So I'm gonna have a second one here. And it's easy to lose some of the items, the coins or gems, if they drop. That's maybe one of the downsides. Okay, there's coins popping here. I thought I would have checked that. Oh well. And so yeah, now that spider is going around itself. Yeah, these guys are in pretty good shape. As you can see, those guys are attacking them, and they're not doing anything because they are not meant for the balloons. The balloons were in the original game, the PSP version, I think. I think that was where they introduced that whole idea, which is a good idea as a flying enemy that your aerial towers cannot damage. They also have balloons on some of the big rock dudes, which is just funny looking. Yeah, so there. Yeah, like I can run around and do stuff, but it's like I can't see the XP on this thing. I have no idea how close to upgrading it is. It's like some of that stuff is not great, and it doesn't seem like it's meant for you to actually play 100% of the time in that view. Yeah, so those guys will be toast. Aerial tower wise, I am pretty much unstoppable here. Yeah, so we got one more wave and then the boss. That big thing on the right there is the boss. Yeah, there's some good music here. I kind of like the original a little bit more. Yeah, we might not do too well here. At any point, you can actually just go and sell these towers as well if you feel they are under-equipped. Actually, it might be okay. Well... yeah, let's go down here and upgrade this guy. And the only problem is, like, look, this guy's going here, and he's not even focused on them. That's partly on me. I should have built some better defenses. Oh yeah, this is where the other stage is at. Yeah, so yeah, this whole area is huge. I kind of wish... yeah, because they enter from this side and this side. And this side. Like any of these, like, totem poles you see here, those are where enemies can enter. Yeah, so we lost a bunch of kids. I mean, we already weren't going to get a rainbow, so might as well just double down on that. What's cool about this boss, yeah, you can see them coming. I don't think it rumbles the controller as they get closer. Oh, we're going under the level. Oh, the camera's kind of broken. Okay, yeah, the bosses spawn enemies. So another reason why you should try and take them down as fast as you can. And normally they don't drop coins, these enemies that pop out of here. They will take out, they will drop gems. So it gives you like a last ditch effort to maybe upgrade towers if you are in need of that. Yeah, we're probably going to be okay with those rock dudes not getting hit much, because we are wrecking the boss here. He is losing damage quick. Yeah, like, there's no damage thing here. I just see him... Yep. Yeah, so he dies. If I have already got everything, I can just pop right into the scoring stuff. So yeah, that is my high score now. I got 1,200 coins total, 15 gems, 15 waves, 13 chibis saved. Yeah, they call them chibis. Yep, so we got ancient tokens for completing this stage on Tricky for the first time. And that's another one of the bosses. They're all just like typical, I don't know, typical, but just goofy looking statues, monsters, sort of thing. I think it's actually a pretty good look. We only got the one level, but there's snow, there's this sort of cave, volcano, not volcano, cave area. A neat little mechanic there are these like lava pits. So he gets caught on fire and he runs around a little bit faster. Though here he cools down more quickly. There is sort of a beach area, tropical area. A few more stages there. There are leaderboards. This is a desert area. And the first stage is kind of just grassy areas. Yeah, here are the leaderboards. Yeah, the forest, the desert Carsdale Highlands, caves, Twinkling Snowfields, and Cocoa Valley. And I think that's pretty much it. Neat thing is there's like these guides. This is a different way of accessing the guide stuff. But again, you can just click here. I wish they put like leaderboards in this section, this pause menu. I believe in that big first update, they're gonna add camera options. I assume to zoom out a bit. What else? I think photo mode is also going to be in that, and probably just some bug stuff like that. That frame rate hitch, like, I think we only saw it once or twice, and obviously didn't impact my ability to play this. So, yeah, we can go buy some stuff here. There's a trophy for buying 20 of these, which if you get that gold pack, that free gold outfit pack, I think it's called, you get 8 unlocked right away, and that counts towards it, so you can just make it only 12 that you have to purchase. How am I doing on my masks here? Yeah, there's these different styles of masks. This one's like the original. There's this like rectangular one. This one's kind of like a boomerang. This one's like a U-shaped kind of thing. And there's actually lore for all of this stuff. Like this mask is based on records of an alien that is said to have appeared before the Tiki tribe a very long time ago. It's weird, but it's neat. There's no like lore in the original game, really. But yeah, this is PixelJunk Monsters 2. It's really cool. 15 bucks, about 20 bucks if you want to get all the DLC with it. Yeah, this is where you set up multiplayer. I'm not actually going to do it. But I can play as host and let other people join me. I don't know if it's random, like just people say they want to be a guest and jump into other people's games, I assume. But yeah, I've heard issues with the co-op as far as the camera not being great. Sort of the same way that it's a little bit too zoomed in for single player. The co-op doesn't necessarily let it get zoomed out enough so that you can cover multiple parts of the same level. I believe that's also going to be addressed in the update. I think that's everything. This game is pretty cool. If you like the original, you'll probably like this. I think the major issue I've seen out of people is they don't like it being 3D or this art style compared to the original, but other than that, it's very similar. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys again next time.